Hi there, welcome back to the channel.
Hi there. Well, this week we gave ourselves the week off and there's a reason for that and it's behind us.
Yep, we've been working on it quite hard this week. We've got a deadline, a proper deadline. January 31st is the start of Rally Monte Carlo Historique and we're starting in the city of Milan in Italy. So that's quite a few kilometers from here as well. That's probably 1,200 kilometers from where we live here. But that was the nearest start town, or the easiest start town we could start from.
Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our shipping container home here in the Pyrenees. And all of this alongside our full-time jobs.
Oh, you naughty girls! Stop it! Stop it! And the cheeky chuckles have just knocked the shavings out my hands. You stinkers. One little girl just couldn't wait for me to get her bedding in. Little rascal. Oh, hello. I can still see you, girlie. Okay, I've nearly finished. I've got my white powder in, and now it's time for the shavings. My Sunday routine, clean the girls out every Sunday, fresh bedding, and they're just going to bed for the night. Now, 3 of my new ones keep going in the nesting boxes, and I just can't get them out that habit. There they are, the little rascals. I can see you. You're not supposed to be in there. We've been in the minus degrees for the last couple of nights. And this past week, well, I'd say past 2 weeks, we've not really had an egg. We're eggless. And poor old Ian, I've had to resort to buying him eggs from the supermarket for breakfast. Oh dear, come on girlies, I'm going to get you some heated blankets. We want eggs. And this little one here, she's getting all her new feathers back, so she's looking really dark now. That's Smokey, our only grey chicken. Quite timid, but she's a beauty. I've just come out to put the chickens to bed. Well, I've just cleaned them out. Now they're ready to go to bed. But I can hear the revs of little Rally Ragnar behind me. This behind me is the back of Ian's garage workshop here at where we currently live. Oh, I think there's going to be one happy Ian because, yeah, he's had problems with his engine. This morning Ian's got me 3 meters up in the air in the workshop. The things I do for Ian. He's got me in the car, the rally car, up on the lift so we can do the brake testing. Press that brake, woman, press that brake. You better not, but you're not leaving me up here. Oh, no. So my task this morning, we're doing the brakes. So I'm in charge of pumping the brakes while Ian bleeds them. And yes, I got told off for having my wellies on. I'm coming back.
I hate doing brakes. Alright.
I'm going to be loud out for good behaviour.
No. I need you to do now a comfort test for 24 hours in the seat. Bring your coffee out. No, seriously though, you need to sit in your seat in a minute.
Just to check.
It out.
Yeah, that's my normal seat, Madame Navigator. The brakes have been bleeded.
Bled.
Bled. The brakes have been bled. Now the roar of Ragnar.
So the cabin light should work. Yep.
Oh yeah.
And those wipers.
Oh, the mod cons in this car. This is a 1955 Renault 4CV, or 4 chevaux as they're called. But he hasn't got the engine of a baby car. And I love our key fob, which is totally original. Look at that little old key fob. This car is not the most graceful to get out of at the best of times, let alone on a platform still off the ground. So ungraceful Julie as ever. Here goes. Oh my god. Oh, I'm on the roll bar.
With her rally boots on.
Hey, we have full-on rally suits.
Well, it has been a hectic year this year. As we said in our last video, this time last year, none of this behind us existed.
And we're super proud of what we've actually achieved this year.
And it all started
with this wall here, this retaining wall. It all began with digging out a massive bank of soil, which was higher than me. If that soil was here, you wouldn't see me. It was just pure dirt. The garage workshop, half of it, this back section, actually sits on this retaining wall. So this was a huge project for me and Ian to do. We're not builders, we're not masonries, but this, whew, yeah, it tested us.
And then came the concrete slab and all of the earthworks here and getting gravel in. We probably had 60 ton of gravel underneath here to create the driveway and to prepare for this concrete slab. The concrete slab is pretty thick. In places it's nearly a foot deep, 30 centimeters. Majority of it is 200 centimeters, which is about 8 inches. We overspec this garage basically because we're on this slope. All the way around this concrete slab is French drainage, double French drainage, a lower drain and an upper drain. And so far everything seems to be working perfectly. The water is just flowing straight down the drains and onto the fields. We've got to do a bit of work there because we don't want them just making huge puddles, but so far the way we're working back from the edge of our property into the field is working perfectly.
The garage came next, and when that lorry turned up just covered in bits of metal, we both just looked and went, oh, how do we do this?
Well, makes a change to take the power for the house from the car, but you could say this is the first electric car with the EcoFlow. So yeah, we need to charge up. The batteries are all dead flat. That's why we need to work on the solar panel and get that all sorted. So let's get the batteries charged up so we've got a bit of light and the coffee machine. An old one, battery pack back in, ready to charge at home to bring back tomorrow. All right. Now you might laugh about these little straps, but on my last one of these, which was the same car but just a different body, I did a whole body change out on it. I did a quick test drive with my daughter once and this flipped up, smashed up against the windscreen. We couldn't see a thing until we slowed down to the side of the road, but it made a right mess. So these old cars, a little bit of wind underneath and anything can happen. So a couple of little leather straps and it sorts it all out.
We've still got this little section of siding to put on to finish this bit off, and then we continue round to the back here. There's a reason we haven't got this far, because
we are putting a roof over this back section. As Julie said, it had already been planned, but we just had to be careful with the planning rules and regulations. We didn't want to go overboard with building size. This was just always a parking area. But where the tractor and the digger are at the moment, we'll have a roof. This is a tester ledger board because we've already made the measurements, and it'll be a similar construction of insulated panel roofing and metal siding around the one side. So we're going to be getting on with that in the new year, basically to protect some of this equipment. But that is not where the tractor and the digger are going to live permanently.
here in this far corner of the land, we've got permission to build a open fronted pole barn, which will eventually house all our tractors, diggers and trailers. And that's what we plan to be building here in the new year. Another major project that we seem to have done this year as well is this wall here full of the gabion cages, and all these stones over time we've actually unearthed from this land, and we've saved them all, and it's actually created a beautiful wall across here which has gave us a really nice flat area. The majority of the rocks that we use were actually unearthed whilst digging out for this 4,000 litre water tank that we have buried between my feet here.
Another big project which is all connected, all these projects seem to be connected, A, B, C, D, you can't do one without the other, is this retaining wall here. And that was to connect through onto the gabions, as Julie said, to make this big flat area in front of the garage. Now, in parallel to this wall will be another retaining wall here, following this temporary sort of rock wall that we built. And that will allow us then to backfill this with a driveway, and also give us the datum line along here for where the house is going to go.
Where we've placed these gabions, it's created a really nice flat area. And I don't want this to just be wasted, so I've sort of done something. I've been and bought 10 5-metre long corrugated raised beds, and the plan is this is going to be all vegetables. I'm going to have raised vegetable beds here. Yeah, I think that'll look nice.
So, a question on the house. Now, we've had 1 year of experience now building this garage workshop. We have built a timber frame home previously in the UK, and we've renovated our old 18th century farmhouse that we live in at the moment. But as the channel name suggests, our new house was going to be made from
shipping containers. It's always been the plan.
But this past year of building this metal frame garage with a wooden skin and wooden framing inside, I've had a few second thoughts.
Yeah, we've been sitting over this period of time looking into other methods of building. Help us out, everybody, in the comments below. What method of building would you use?
Keeping in mind it's a DIYer doing this, and also our building regulations state that new homes have to create more power or produce more power than we physically use within that home. So we're as close to passive house standard as we can get. It's a small home. It's only about 85 square meters. I'm not sure what that is in feet. I'll put that in the notes just here. It's a 2-pitched shed roof basically, with a line of windows at the top, and that's to get the solar gain coming in from our southerly view. So we've got a few thoughts. I want to make sure that we are capable of doing those.
That's a major
And also another thing to keep in mind is the price of timber or lumber is probably 4 to 5 times that of it in the US. So in Europe, in France, it is very expensive. So compare that. Most homes here are built from block and mortar. I am not a mason. I'm not going to be very good at block and mortar. I'm good at the...
We like Lego.
I'm good at the retaining walls because there's no mortar in between them. I just fill them up, but I don't think I could do a whole house in it.
Oh, brilliant.
Hi, it's just a short video this week. It's going to be a very quiet Christmas for myself and Julie. It's just going to be the two of us. But this week we're going to carry on with some of those projects we pointed out today. Got so much going on for next year. So stick with us and we will see you in the new year. Hit that subscribe all the time and the little cheeky thumbs up,
as Julie says. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy holidays from us in the French Pyrenees to all of you.
And we'll see you in the next video.
Bye for now.